What's up, FHN?
I'm Aidan.
And I'm Parker, and welcome back to this week's episode of The Nightly Show.
Today's the start of the second semester, which also means it's the final semester for us seniors.
Yeah, for many senior athletes, this is most likely going to be the last time they ever play an organized sport in their life.
I hope it's a memorable season for everyone.
Me too. Here's Max Brewer on some of our senior athletes' seasons and what they think of them.
Many students in high school take up a sport, whether that be one they have already played or one they just find to be enjoyable. Joining a sports team is a way for many people to build lifelong relationships with other students, athletes, and coaches. Some don't make it all the way through their 4 years of the sport, but those that do get to make the most of their high school experience and make lasting memories.
One time there was this kick save that I had. It was during COVID season, so we were playing East and they passed it, and our setter shanked it back, and then our middle back tried to pass it and it went farther, and I kicked it with my foot and it went all the way over, but sadly we lost the point.
Favorite memory, to be honest, has to be sophomore year, which was COVID season. I felt like the teammates that I was with and just the experience that I had that year was just really memorable.
For those that look to play after high school, their senior season only means saying goodbye to coaches and teammates. And it is also their last chance to prove themselves ready to play at the next level. But no matter how much fun is had during their time playing, the burden of having to leave the team after senior year is always lurking.
It's definitely sad because we're all going our separate ways, and we all spent our whole 4 years being here together, enjoying our time that we had.
It does suck knowing that the basketball team, I've made a lot of friends and friendships throughout the time, and knowing that I might not ever see them ever again or play with them, it really sucks.
Seniors everywhere that play sports struggle to handle the fact that they will never get to play the sport competitively again, but they don't let them hold that back in their last showcase.
Have fun with it, don't take it for granted. If you like playing, keep playing, I guess, and just make the best of the season because it'll be over just like that.
Just have a good time, it's your last year, but you always want to have a good time, make it fun, but also play your best because you never know when your last game is going to be, and just take it game by game.
Thanks, Max. Wow, it must be really crazy playing your final season in high school.
Yeah, I know. The last 4 years have really flown by. And now that some of us have some time after finals, I've really found some time to do some of my hobbies.
Yeah, me too. I've recently been getting into video games.
Well, Taylor Saale actually has a recommendation in her review of the popular game Cuphead.
Let's take a look.
Hello everyone, my name is Tara Saale, and this is a review on the Cuphead DLC, The Delicious Last Course. In this review, I will be going over what is in this DLC, any issues with it, and if it is worth the money. So let's get started, shall we? I'm going to start this off with what is Cuphead. Cuphead is a game released by Studio MDHR, which is known for its hard levels. Each stage you either fight a boss or do a run and gun, which for me takes me a while because I am not the best at difficult games. So going back to the main topic, the Delicious Last Course adds on 12 new levels to the game. The DLC also gives you new weapon choices and new charms. One of them being the Astral Cookie, which lets you play as the legendary Miss Chalice. Miss Chalice having a bit of a different moveset than the Cup Bros. She does a parry dash, an invincible roll, has 4 points of health instead of 3, and has her own versions of all the specials. The only downside to using her is that you can't use any other charms. But levels are definitely difficult but still feel fair at the same time. My only gripe with this is that I wish there were more levels to the DLC, like possibly a run and gun level or maybe just 1 or 2 more bosses. But knowing how long it must have taken to just make one level, the amount we had for levels definitely served its purpose. Now, is it worth the $8 cost? And I would say yes, because not only do you not have to beat the game to play it, you can also use all the weapons and charms you get from the DLC into the base game, and some of the new bosses are definitely fun and worth the cost. I would give the Cuphead Delicious Last Course a 4.5 stars out of 5, and I hope to see you next time.
Thanks, Taylor. That looks like a lot of fun.
Definitely seems like quite the challenge.
Well, I know I love my challenges, so I've recently thought about taking up origami as a new activity.
Well, then take a look at this video by our origami expert, Allison Bass. It'll be sure to spark some creativity. Pretty cool, right?
Definitely. Seems like a challenge, but not to the point where I would stomp on it when I got mad.
Yeah, it might be a little stress-inducing, but having control over your emotions is a very valuable trait to have.
And that's in all aspects of life as well. Sports, jobs, and school all require emotional control to be successful.
Here's a video by Laney Quandt and Sassy Garcia on how to help reduce the stress from school.
You guys know
I would say that some schoolwork has affected my mental health for the worse.
Right now, articles from, I believe, the New York Times and the Washington Post state that overall adolescents still report a high need. I haven't seen those studies directly related to St. Charles County recently, but definitely mental health needs are still high with the adolescent high school population.
The main thing that causes my mental health to deteriorate as far as like school is just having the heavy workload and having so much to do and not enough time to do it.
There probably needs to be a limit on how much homework can be assigned to kids, because I think kids get so wrapped up in certain subjects and like having hours of homework in that one subject every night that they can't focus on other things. Just a little bit too high of standards sometimes.
I think the stress of schoolwork can affect the students' mental health based on how many coping skills and what their support systems are like.
I think that we can help each other with mental health by just like working together and being open of like what other people may be going through and like really just talking it out and like caring about other people.
If we try to go it alone and don't reach out for help, or maybe don't have a little extra time in our schedule here at school, I think that those factors can increase a student's anxiety.
Sometimes I think you should just set homework and schoolwork aside. School is not the end all be all for everyone, and just take time for yourself. If I see kids struggling with mental health issues, generally my first thing is check in on them, check to see if they're doing the general things to take care of themselves to start with.
It can be hard, but just like make sure you spend time like thinking about yourself and not just all the things you have to do. Like focus on yourself and make sure you're okay first, because that's the most important thing.
I need to be sure to keep that in mind this semester.
Yeah, me too. Well, that's all we have for this week.
Be sure to follow us on all of our social medias at FHNtoday and download our new app.
Once again, I'm Aidan.
And I'm Parker.
Signing off.